So we'll move on to chapter 7, preparing to make a budget. So we'll go to pages 329 to 337. And if you look on page 332, number 3, you basically classify the following as income or expenses and identify the income as regular or variable, and the expenses as recurring, variable, or unexpected. So identify the income as regular. Okay, first of all, the income. So we put the paycheck. Well, that is an income. Now, the income is either regular or variable. Now, we're assuming they have a steady job. But if you see the paycheck, one paycheck is $250, the other paycheck is $123. So when it comes to whether something is regular income or variable income is where the amount changes over time and it is not received on a regular basis. So this paycheck here, there are two different amounts. One is twice the amount of the other, one is half the other. So therefore, your income in this case is variable. Now you can have a regular time period but a variable amount, or you could just have a variable time period. Okay, and in this case, we don't know if it's a variable time period, but we do know it's a variable amount. John's birthday, $54.25. We don't know. I mean, maybe he got $54.25 for his birthday, but probably he spent money on his birthday. So that's an expense. Now that is that recurring, variable, or unexpected? Again, we'd have to look at, what do we charge? Recurring, your expenses, recurring and regular. So the ones that you pay the same amount each month, the same time of the month, vary. This is probably what we would say is variable. Happens once a year, and so usually we think about things that happen once a month or whatever. Commission of $75, again, that's probably variable. Babysitting, that could be recurring though. Say you have you go curling every Wednesday, you need a babysitter. Well, then it's recurring. But we really don't know. Commission and babysitting, we really don't know whether this commission is income, regular or variable. Again, we don't have enough information on some of these things. What about the loan payment? Well, when you're paying back a loan, generally pay the same amount. So it is expensive, that is recurring. Recurring meaning it happens at a set time for a set amount. Donation to earthquake relief fund. Well, earthquake relief, I'm guessing that's an unexpected expense, because earthquakes don't happen on a regular basis. There just happened to be an earthquake and somebody was soliciting funds, and maybe he has family that in the affected areas, who knows. Car insurance, that is a recurring expense. Savings, that is a recurring expense. And of course, we call it an expense because it's money that we no longer have access to. It's put away in savings, but it's money does belong to us. Rent is, again, recurring. Cell phone bill is, depending, if you're on a plan, that's probably recurring, but not necessarily. And a meal at a restaurant would be variable. Okay. Yeah, and it's not something you do, but once in a while you go out to eat, let's say. All right, so page 335, question 5. If Franklin earns $2,456.85 each month, he expects the following expenses this month. Now, if he saves the rest, how much can he save in a year? Well, we have to do the math for this. So if we have the total payments, we would just add up $1,250.46 plus, plus 250 plus 135.76 plus 50 plus 245 250 plus 100. So the total amount would be 2,281. $2,281.22 would be the total expenses. Now, if he earns $24.56.85 each month, he can subtract his expenses. And what you end up with is $175.63. So how much would he save in a year? Well, you multiply that by 12. And you get $2,107.56. So what percentage of his income does this represent? Well, the amount he saves per month, or the amount he saves, in a year is 2,107. So if he saves 2,107, it's basically the same as if he's earning 24.56 a month and he's saving that amount a month, 175.63. Whatever percentage he saves every month is going to be the same every month, and it's going to be the same overall in the year. So you can take $175.63 divided by 24.5685, and that'll give you the percentage in decimal form. 175.63 divided by 24.5685, and the total is 0.071. So again, you move the decimal place over and multiply it by 100. That's 7% of his income is saved each year. And then the last one, we look at number 8, and that is page 337 of Karen's monthly income is $2,379, and her monthly expenses are as follows. Now, so again, you would total these up. So 775 plus 175 plus 342 plus 123 plus 42 plus 225 plus, oops, 90 plus 75 plus 50. And what you end up with is $1,897. Now her income is $2,379. So in January, Karen starts saving for a trip in July that would cost her $3,000. Will she have enough saved by then? Well, let's see. How much does she save each month? $2,379 minus $1,897. That'll be $482 times what, 6 months, right? Trip in July. So you say January, February, March, April, May, June. You save at the end of each month. And what are you going to have? 42 times 6, and you end up with $2,892. Will she have enough saved by the beginning of July? How much more or less will she have in savings? Well, she'll be short $108. So somehow she has to come up with an extra 18, 15, 17 bucks a month. So how can you come up with that? Well, you could shave a little here and a little there. Probably your entertainment's going to go, because a vacation in July is entertainment. So take that out of your entertainment budget. That makes sense, but you could take it out of whatever.